Hi guys, and welcome to another Pokemon video. Today I'll be listing my top 10 favorite Pokemon. I was planning to do it as my first video since a lot of PokeTubers do that, but since just as my camera and microphone arrived and I was planning to start my channel, I saw Birdkeeper Toby wants to battle tag, so I thought might as well do that as my first video. But since I finished that, today I'll be doing this as my second video. And without further ado, let's just get into the list. Number 10. Goisopod. I just chose him because I think he looks really cool. I never actually used him in any of my playthroughs, but I'm definitely planning to use him in my next Alola journey. I also like Guzma's Goisopod both in the games and in the anime, and I like how he was from a Wimpod, a really weak Pokemon, so it's kinda similar to the whole Magikarp evolving into Gyarados situation. I also think it's really cool and ironic that even though he's really strong and scary, he's still a coward because he has emergency exit. Number 9. Dioxis. Dioxis is definitely my favorite mythical Pokemon. Mostly because of the Delta episode. I just remember I loved how you caught Rayquaza and then used it to fly to space to battle and capture a mythical Pokemon, which is way better than just like getting him as a gift. And I just in general think both Dioxis and all of his other forms look really cool. Number 8. Metagross. The Metagross is another Pokemon I actually never got to use, because when the Shiny Beldam event happened, I was just 9 and I barely knew any English and I still wasn't playing Pokemon. And in a regular playthrough you get Beldam pretty late, and by that time I usually have a full team. But I noticed this in the Alola games you can get Beldam on the Hokulani Observatory. So the next time I play through Alola, I'll get to use 2 Pokemon from this list. And in general I like Metagross because I think he looks really cool, which is a reason for a lot of Pokemon on this list. And I love his shiny, it's one of my favorite shiny, maybe even my favorite shiny, and I love how Steven uses him. Number 7. Snorlax. When I first played through Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, I had a Snorlax on my team. But when I first got it, it was a few levels below the rest of my Pokemon, so I started using him against NPC trainers. But because it was too slow, it would constantly take damage. So I got an idea. What if I went to Route 8, which was full of Pokemon that gave you EXP speed candy, and just grind there? And after I did that, I fed all the candy to Snorlax, it could outspeed almost any Pokemon. So I used him to basically destroy the entirety of Silph, and I absolutely loved it. But that's not the only reason why I love Snorlax. In a weird way, it kinda looks cute, and it manages to pull off a personality without actually being really human-like, which is a problem a lot of recent Pokemon have. I mean, it's a mascot for the Pokemon subreddit for a reason after all. Number 6. Scizor. I always wanted to use Scizor on playthrough team, but never got to because I don't have any friends to trade with. But I like Scizor because I just think he looks really cool, and I like how it's an evolved form of Scyther, but it has the same base stat total, so they're more like rivals than an evolved form and a pre-evolved form. And in general, I just love Scizor because he has a great design and it looks really cool, maybe even one of the coolest Pokemon. Number 5. Volcarona. Just the way you find Volcarona in the Relic Caster as a static encounter, it feels more legendary than like half the real legendaries. I remember when I first played through White, I caught a Volcarona and went to rematch the Elite Four. And at the beginning of every battle, I would set up Volcarona, then I would heal it and use it to sweep the entire team of every single Elite Four member. And I remember that experience was so much fun and it made me love Volcarona. And I also think Volcarona manages to be super majestic but also really cool at the same time. Number 4. Silvally. I think Type No and Silvally have a great and surprisingly dark backstory for Pokemon. They were supposed to be Type 4 and replicate the powers of Arceus, but they were deemed a failure. I chose Silvally over Type No just because I think it looks cooler without the mask. And if you're wondering, yes, I did get a haircut between number 4 and number 5, just because my parents were on vacation for the past few days, so I couldn't really film videos because of the noise. Number 3. Rowlet. The first Pokemon game I ever played was Pokemon Go, and it really got me to Pokemon. So I started watching the anime, and about a year later, so in the summer 2017, I played through my first ever Pokemon main series game, and that was Pokemon Moon. But I didn't really have a consistent team. I would just like constantly catch Pokemon and switch them out, and there's not a single Pokemon I use for even more than like a fourth of the game. But half a year later, when Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out, I bought Pokemon Ultra Sun. And for the first time in my life, I actually had a proper Pokemon team. And my starter was Rowlet. So I know it's really common for people to get attached to their first starter, but in general I just think Rowlet looks really cute, and I think I would like it even if I never use it as a starter. Number 2. Corviknight. When I saw Corviknight revealed in that trailer, I immediately knew I was gonna love it, because it just looks so cool to me. And when I played through Pokemon Shield, I encountered a Rookity, and I assumed it was the base form of Corviknight, and thankfully I was right, because using Corviknight on my team made me love him even more. Number 1. Luxury. This isn't really surprising to those of you who watched my last video. So during 2019, I went back and played through Gen 6 games and Gen 5 games for the first time, because I'm a relatively new fan, which you could guess from what I said earlier. But I never got to play any of the Gen 4 games because they would either be at a ridiculously high price, or I would get a fake copy, or there would be some problem or stuff like that. So only in the beginning of 2020 I played through Pokemon Platinum and through Pokemon Soul Silver. And in my Platinum team I use Luxury. And even though I loved Luxury before, using him on my team just made me realize how extremely cool he was, and I got really attached to him. So that's why Luxury is my favorite Pokemon. And that's my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Please don't be offended if your favorite Pokemon weren't on the list, because there are like 20-30 other Pokemon I considered for the list. And the rule would be no fun if you all had the same opinions anyway. And I don't really want to make this outro too long, so I just wanna say thank you for watching and bye.